Outside the bottle, you got like people that are gonna shake you up. They're gonna attack it, rattle it, throw it. If you shake up a bottle of soda, when you finally open it up, you're gonna explode.
You are now tuning in to the Roughnecks podcast with your host, Cole Nixon. Much love.
One last thing before we get into today's episode. A lot of people ask how they can support the podcast. Well, I have a couple easy ways. The first way is just listen and subscribe. And another thing you can do is go follow the Roughnecks podcast on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube as well. If you get something out of today's show, then do me a favor, share it with a friend. If you really want to go above and beyond to support the podcast, then head over to roughneckspodcast.com and get you some of that merch. I appreciate all of the support, but let's get into today's episode. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Roughnecks podcast. This is episode 92, and that makes this Fast Friday number 7. I'm super pumped about some of the guests and content that I have lined up. I actually just got off a phone call with somebody that's coming on the podcast in the future. Awesome guy. Super excited for you guys to hear my conversation with him. We'll be recording for a while, but I'm booked out quite a ways, but I have some awesome content that I'm gonna be getting out to you guys. There's some awesome guests lined up, but it's Fast Friday, so that means it's announcements to start the episode. I don't really have any announcements today. Don't really have anything big going on with the Roughnecks podcast, but I do actually have something I want to talk about a little bit real quick. We're approaching episode 100, so this is 92. Episode 100 will actually supposed to release Friday, May 6th. So we're a month out, pretty much a little under a month out. But I wanted to do something specific for episode 100. I thought about doing a shirt. I thought about doing, I don't know, a flag. I thought about doing a handful of different things that would be limited quantity. And, you might be one of like 10 people, 15 people, however many. Came up with this idea for a sticker, and it's a different type of sticker specific to episode 100. And those I think that's what we're gonna do. That's not set in stone, but that's probably what we're gonna do. But you'll be able to find those on the website probably the day of. You obviously keep listening and you'll hear more about it like once the episode comes out. But it's gonna be whatever I decide to do. It's gonna be one of those things like there's only gonna be, 10 to 15 max, and when they sell out, they're done. And it is gonna be the only time that they come out because it's a milestone for the podcast, episode 100. So be on the lookout for that. Keep listening to future episodes too. You'll be able to hear kind of like what that plan is. But something I do kind of want to talk about real quick is I wanted to tell you guys about Leo supplements, and this isn't necessarily a promo or anything. Yes, Connor and me have a deal worked out. Connor Buxton from episode 83, who founded Leo supplements. But I mean, I can give list you guys a discount, but that's not what I wanted to tell you guys about. Like, what I wanted to tell you about is like my honest opinion about his stuff, because his shit works, man. I made my first order before I announced the deal, and I got the platinum joint support and the omega-3 fish oil. Now, I know he's a supplement brand, and some of you may be like, "Oh, you didn't get any protein or bite the bullet or anything." No, I did not, because honestly, I'm not working out right now. Work is enough. I'm making excuses, whatever. I haven't been working out, and I still have protein left over from my old gym. My old trainer has his own brand of protein as well. But yeah, the Leo supplements, I know as soon as I get back into the gym and run out of my protein, I will be buying some of the iced coffee protein because that shit sounds good. But I wanted to talk to you. I mean, the omega-3 fish oil, like, it does what it needs to do. What I really want to talk to you guys about is joint support. As you guys know, I work a manual labor job, and constantly, I noticed, like, I was getting up, I get up from the couch, I get out of bed in the morning, whatever it was, and I'd be like stiff, like my ankles would be hurting, and my knees. And I started taking this joint support maybe probably almost 2 weeks ago now, and holy shit, I feel like a fucking kid again. I'm not even kidding. That stuff works, man. Go try it out. If you have joint problems, or if you're older and you're listening to this, definitely recommend it. I recommend it to my father, who was very hesitant, but I think I'm just gonna buy it for him and force him to take it because I think he's gonna notice a difference. It is crazy, but I will put in the promo. I mean, if you want to go over and get anything from leosupplements.com, use the discount code Roughnecks for 10% off your order. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I could probably direct you to Connor, or I could probably answer some of them as well. But let me know if you guys have any questions. But hey, let's get into today's episode, shall we? Something that I personally struggle with sometimes, and I feel like I'm not the only one. I feel like I've gotten better at it as I've gotten older, but I'm definitely nowhere near perfect because I used to not be able to control my emotions worth a fucking shit. I mean, I would flip out instantly instead of, like, taking a step back from the situation, or, breaking down the situation, or like being like, hey, this doesn't matter. I would just lose my shit. There's a lot of people that can attest to this. There's a lot of my best friends have seen it. Not necessarily a proud moment in my life. A lot of people have seen it when I didn't want it to come out. And there's even been times like where, you don't control your emotions. And me personally, I remember doing it, and you just get pissed, even more pissed off, because you're like, damn it. Why did I flip out so much? Why did I let that get to my head? Why does it even fucking matter? Something that I personally started doing a while back that, really helped me. One is taking in information from podcasts, reading books, and that kind of stuff helps you kind of figure things out, like a lot of what matters and what doesn't. But another thing is journaling. I'm a guy who journals every day. And I tell people, don't open it, don't look in it, don't read a fucking word, don't even look at it, because that's personal. And I don't want it's just one of those things, like, you might be pissed off at your best friend or your girlfriend or your mom, your dad, whatever, your sibling, whoever the fuck it is, your boss. I know we've all heard the thing, write a letter and then put it in an envelope, put it in a drawer, and then leave it there. That's kind of what sometimes you can use a journal as well. Or, things are good too. Cause like there's times I go back in my journal, because, like, I'll think you'll be having a bad day and you're like, fuck, this sucks, man. I'm just having a shit day. You'll be sitting there, and then you go back and look at May 18th, 2021. Oh, my girl just broke up with me, man. I don't think I can get past this and that and whatever. And I'm just really struggling today, and I'm just gonna try and keep pushing forward, whatever it is. And you're like, damn, that day was shit, but I thought I wasn't gonna get through it, and I did. Huh? I guess I'm gonna get through this as well. Like, this too shall pass. I know we've all heard that video. This too shall pass.
Last question for all of you. If you could go back to your younger selves, what piece of advice would you give yourself?
I wish I had known that this too shall pass. You feel bad right now? You feel pissed off? You feel angry? This too shall pass. You feel great? You feel like you know all the answers. You feel like that everybody finally gets you, and there you are. This too shall pass. Ooh. Time is your ally. And if nothing else, just wait. Just wait. Just wait it out.
Just wait it out. Just wait it out. You're going through a shit time. Things are going bad. Just wait it out. Don't worry, it'll pass. The good times will pass. Bad times will pass. But we can't let those bad times affect us. And I recently saw this quote the other day that It's fucking hit me different. And I literally like sprang up in bed and was like, this is fucking genius. Like, I have to talk about this on the podcast because like more people need to know this. And it is, I'm gonna read you just what it is, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? And it's be a bottle of water, not a bottle of they use soda. I'm using pop. Be a bottle of water, not a bottle of pop. Now you might be thinking, like, what does that even mean? So in the bottle, you are the bottle. We are the bottle. Inside that bottle are our emotions or reactions. And you know what? Like people outside of that bottle, sorry, did I say outside? Inside of the bottle are our emotions. Outside the bottle, you got like people that are going to shake you up. They're going to attack it, rattle it, throw it. If you shake up a bottle of soda, when you finally open it up, you're going to explode. You shake a bottle of water, nothing happens. Don't let the other people in this world disrupt your inner peace. I saw that on Instagram one day and it hit different, man. And the big thing that you have to remember, the liquid inside that bottle. We are the liquid inside that bottle, essentially. You are in control of your thoughts and emotions all the time. You are the one that is in control of that bowl of life. You know what I mean? You got to grab that bull by the horns. That goes back to our slogan. And for those of you who are just tuning in, first episode or newer episode, and you guys don't know what that slogan means, grab the bull by the horns. I have sticker. If you want a sticker, like I might just send you one for free. But the whole thing behind this saying is, that bull is life, and we are the one riding it. And that bull is going to knock you off just like a bull does to a bull rider. But you can't let that bull of life, you have two options. You can lay there and let that bull of life just walk all over you till it beats you down so far that you can't get back up. Or you can get right back up right now. Grab that bull by the horns and just take control of it. Take control of your life. You can't blame anyone else. You are in control, no one else. You don't get to let other people control your thoughts and emotions. Fuck that. Be you. Don't let someone else turn you into something you're not. Be who you really are. No one else controls your emotions. You are in control of that. Remember that. You are in control of your emotions. Don't let the outside factors mess with your head, mess with your inner peace. I got one more quote for you guys. A real quick video that I heard, and it's kind of related to what we already talked about, but here we go.
Listen, the hardest fucking lesson that I had to learn in my life was that I was in control of my thoughts and emotions at all times. No one else was to blame. Listen to that shit again. Listen, the hardest fucking lesson that I had to learn in my life was that I was in control of my thoughts and emotions at all times. No one else was to blame. Listen to that shit again.
You can't sit there and blame him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, not at you. This world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it'll beat you to your knees and knock you down permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life, but it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. Can't blame anybody else. Be a bottle of water, not a bottle of pop. That's all I got for today. It's a wrap on the episode 92 of the Roughnecks podcast and a wrap on Fast Friday number 7. Don't forget to be a bottle of water. Tune in Monday. We got an interesting guest joining me. But until then, you guys know the deal. Life is hard. and it's going to knock you down just like a bull does to a bull rider. Don't let the bull of life walk all over you. Get up, grab the bull by the horns, and take control of your life. Roughnecks out. Thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. If you like today's episode, then be sure to subscribe, rate, and review, and share it with a friend if you got some value from it. Head over to social media and follow the Roughnecks Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Don't forget to get you some of that merch by heading over to roughneckspodcast.com and subscribe to the newsletter while you're there. See y'all next week. Roughnecks out.